Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a pretty special one as it's the first episode of our new series, Kawina the MR2, which is this car behind me. We're going to be starting the build process with this video being the first, going over the goal for the car, what we want it to do towards the end, and what we want to do as far as the engine, transmission, suspension, and all of that stuff in a little bit more detail. So as far as the heart of the car, as you guys know, this one unfortunately came with no engine and it was an automatic transmission, which is actually still bolted in right now. It's completely rusted. I have no idea what's even usable in the engine bay, so we're going to take that out. But as far as the engine goes, we are going to be going with a 4A GE, probably a 16 valve, and there's a couple of reasons as to why. So the main one is that I want to keep the car period correct as far as obviously the engine that came with the car. It's a big reason why I love the car because my dad had an 8.6 back in the day which had the same engine. So some sentimental value there, but also it just mates really well with the car. While there are other engines that have a lot more horsepower and torque output and are a lot more fun to drive, they also offset the weight distribution of the car, and we do want to take it to the track eventually. So we want to make sure the car is as light and as nimble as possible. And when it comes to lightweight engines, the 4A GE is probably one of the smallest ones that you can find out there. And it's also really easy to work on, really modular. And there is a ton of forums, Facebook groups, and just information out there on how to go about building one of these engines. So as far as just ease of build, there is that factor of this one has just been around for a long time. It is a plug and play engine and a lot of people know a lot about it. So AW11 is going to have the 4A GE and a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, as far as the wheels go, that is a pretty big part too, and luckily I have that sorted already. It's fitted with some XXR 527s from Fitment Industries, and these came actually with the tires on them. What tires are these? They are Ventus V2 Concepts. And I actually haven't had too many miles on these wheels at all because they've been swapped from car to car, and when I put them on this car, it was just to have something to roll it around with. So they're pretty much brand new. So that is good that we have that sorted out. It is going to need all new axles. Pretty much everything rubber is going to have to get replaced, as far as obviously the engine's going to get rebuilt, but we do need the CV axles for the front and the back. We're going to need new control arms, tie rods, definitely new brakes, new rotors, and I'd love to do my own brake kit. I have seen that there's tools out there to do it. I've never even touched a brake kit or anything like that before, but if we can do it with this car, because it is pretty small, that would be ideal. I want to do as much as I can by myself on this car to not only have the experience to build a car, but really just understand the car, because that to me is a big chunk of the fun in all of this. As far as the rest of the body, we're pretty much going to leave it stock. So the AW11 MR2 is actually one of the very few cars, in my opinion, that is pretty much perfect as far as the factory body goes. There are very few body kits that I've seen that actually improve the look of the car in any kind of way. As far as the interior goes, we are going to do some minor adjustments. So we do have everything factory as far as the seats and most of the front dash. I do have a radio that I got. It's a Pioneer radio. I forgot the specific model, but I'll post it here in the video. It is really cool. It has an old design as far as being a single DIN radio, but it does have a flip out screen that has Apple CarPlay. And fun fact is that you are able to connect an old school PS2, which I did in my first MR2 Toshi, which was a red one, automatic. Probably shouldn't have sold it. I sold it. It is what it is. We have another one here anyways. So we are going to be upgrading the stereo unit in there, and of course with that, we are going to be upgrading the sound system as well. I'm pretty sure I don't even have a factory radio or speakers anyways, so everything from the interior is going to have to be redone. But as far as upgrades, really just the radio, the speakers, and everything else is going to be factory. We are going to be doing some modifications to the exhaust. So right now, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I just realized I don't have an exhaust on this thing. So That's crazy. Did it always not have an exhaust? So I don't have an exhaust for my MR2, which means we are going to probably go custom. But aside from that, that is pretty much all we're going to do. Obviously, it is going to need a ton of TLC on the inside and the outside. We have some body work to do on the front right handle, right in front of the wheel, so that's not going to be fun. And it needs an all-new paint job, which for now, we are going to be sticking with the factory color, which I believe is called Super Blue. I don't really see too many blue MR2s a lot, so I really want to keep this one blue, and the fact that the interior, being an 80s car, has the carpet, the dash, the seats, door cards, all that is blue at the same time. It really doesn't make too much sense to swap the color for anything else. As far as the next video goes, it is going to be a teardown of essentially what the next steps are for the MR2 now that we have it here. And I'm super excited to get this started. I'm going to be posting all of the links to the tools that I'm going to be using, to the websites that I visit to get the MR2 parts, even some of the Facebook groups that you guys can follow, so that if you don't know anything as far as where to get these parts from, how to work on them, you can just plug into my channel, get all that information, and hopefully get some pretty cool friends at the same time that love these cars. And that's really the best part about it. So link down in the description for my social media. It is Driver Moy on Instagram. I'm going to be posting a lot more content here pretty soon. And right about here is where my camera battery died. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I look forward to posting the next video and showing you more about the car. And as always, I'll see you next time.